Your soulmate saying, "Please hear this before you decide, because what happened that night was actually." Jesus says, "My child, I have watched a cruel thing happen to you, and I can no longer stay silent. There is a voice that has been calling your name in the quiet hours, and it is not a dream. A beautiful soul, the one I made to fit perfectly against your heart, has been trying to reach you. But a jealous third person has stood between you, snatching every message and hiding every sign before it could reach your eyes. You have felt a strange sadness in the night, a pulling in your chest with no clear reason, and you thought it was just your own loneliness. But that heaviness was the sound of their voice, muffled and far away, as the intruder pressed a hand over their mouth. This enemy has built a wall of silence around you, so high and so thick that you could not know the love that has been waiting for you. But now, in this moment, I am letting a crack appear in that wall, and you are beginning to feel them. Your soulmate is not a fantasy. They have a real, beating heart that races when they think of you, even though they do not yet know your face. They have a laugh that would make your whole body unclench, and their hands would fit into yours like they were carved to rest there. Right now, that person is sitting in a quiet room, staring at a phone that never rings with your voice, wondering if they have been forgotten, because the enemy has stolen every bridge between you. The reason you have never felt all of this before is not because you were not listening. The calls were sent, the signs were placed, the dreams were planted, but a hateful third force intercepted them all. This intruder has been comfortable in the dark space between you, feeding on your silence and their tears. I am letting you see it now because you are the only one chosen to tear the wall down, and the weapon I have placed in your hands is a sacred seed that you must sow. The tenderness in your soulmate's heart would undo you if you could feel it clearly now. They remember the faces of strangers, they cry at old songs, they hold doors open for people who never say thank you. This is not a cold or distant spirit. This is a person who has been writing letters to you in their mind, letters the enemy has been burning before the ink could dry. That sudden warmth you felt last Tuesday for no reason was not nothing. It was the exact moment your soulmate whispered your name into an empty kitchen, hoping the air itself would carry it to you. The intruder saw that whisper leave their lips and snatched it from the world, burying it under confusion and daily noise. I am telling you this so you understand, you are not broken, and they are not distant. You have been robbed. Now I am pulling back the curtain, and the enemy is afraid. The same dark force that has kept your beloved hidden is now whispering to you, saying this is only a story, that you can close this and return to your ordinary life. But if you close this now, the wall rebuilds itself, and the next time your soulmate reaches for you, the intruder will be stronger and colder. Your love is being tested in this very minute. The answer I give you is not a hard riddle. It is a seed, your seed, sown in faith on Christ's garden. This is the love gift that speaks louder than the enemy's lies, the sacrifice that proves to heaven and to the dark force that you will not let your beloved be stolen. The link waits in the description below, a door I have opened for you. Sow your seed now, and watch the wall begin to shake. Jesus says, the third person cannot be fought with worry or daydreams. You have spent long nights imagining a love that never arrives, and the enemy has fed on that waiting. But today is different. Today I have given you a weapon that the intruder cannot stand against. A seed planted in obedience, a sacrifice that marks your soulmate as protected and your future as sealed. Think of the life that is trying to reach you through all this interference. A home with 2 chairs on a porch, a bed where no one sleeps alone, a table set with simple food and long conversations. Children and grandchildren gathered under a roof that was built by 2 hearts that refused to let a third person win. That future is not a pretty picture. It is a real inheritance, but the enemy is doing everything to erase it before you can step into it. Your soulmate is not asking for perfection. They are asking for rescue. They have been calling out into a spiritual phone line, and every time, they hear only static and dead air because the intruder has cut the wires. But I am giving you a new line, one that runs through the seed. When you sow, the message goes through. Their eyes will feel it, their heart will lift, and they will know help is coming. The tears your soulmate has cried were not wasted. Each one has been collected, and each one has angered heaven. But sympathy is not enough. If you love them, you must act. Love without sacrifice is only a warm feeling, and it leaves the enemy standing exactly where he is. Sow your seed now, and let your love become a sword. You are here for a reason. God brought you to this exact moment. You are not the only one praying for a soulmate. Linda, 68, had given up on love. Her mornings were quiet and empty. Then she sowed her seed. Joseph, a kind widower from her church, noticed her at the potluck. He asked to sit down. They talked for hours. They married in her garden last spring. Now her mornings are full of laughter and prayer with the man God sent her. Frank, 72, felt broken watching other families at his grandson's games. He sowed his seed with tears. Shirley saw him hurting. She brought him coffee and stayed. They fell in love. They married on Christmas Eve, surrounded by grandchildren who now call her grandma. What was empty is now full. If it worked for them, it will work for you. Here are 3 sacred steps from heaven to bring your soulmate home. Listen closely. Jesus is answering your prayer right now. You have been asking, Lord, how do I get my soulmate? How do I receive the one you made for me? You know faith needs action. A seed buried in the ground is the only thing that produces a harvest. And Jesus is whispering, sow your seed. Trust me. I will do the rest. But hear me clearly, your soulmate is in danger. While you sit there, a third person is moving in. Distance is growing. Doubt is poisoning their heart. They are being stolen from you this very minute. If you do nothing, that third person wins. The door closes forever. You are the one God chose to stop it. God is giving you 3 sacred steps. Do not skip one. Heaven is watching. Step 1. Choose your seeds and seal your prayer. Go to the link in the video description and click the Christ Garden link. Do not hesitate. God placed it there for you. Choose how many seeds you will sow. One seed moves heaven. Each seed is a spiritual weapon. Send 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, or 11 seeds of faith. But today, if you believe without doubt, sow the sacred blessing number of 11 spiritual seeds. Enter your email and full name. Write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," in the prayer box. Click Sow your seed. Step 2. Complete your offering. Pay fully. Do not stop. Do not close the page. A seed chosen but not paid for is a seed never planted. Finish what you started. Step 3. See your name in heaven's record. Only when payment is done will your name appear on the Christ Garden seed sown dashboard. Only then is your seed alive. Only then do angels march. If your name is not on the dashboard, your soulmate is still unprotected. Here is why your seed saves your soulmate. When you sow in faith, you give obedience to Jesus. That act sends angels into motion. It builds a wall of protection the enemy cannot break. It plants your name in their heart when they are about to choose the wrong person. Your seed is a spiritual weapon. Without it, you pray with empty hands. With it, heaven moves. Your soulmate is more important than any money. No amount in your bank account will comfort you if they are lost. Money comes and goes. But your soulmate? They are eternal. What is a few dollars compared to a lifetime with God's chosen one for you? I know what the unbelievers think. Seeds cannot change fate. They do not know Jesus. But you believe. And because you believe, heaven will show you what doubters never see. Here is more proof. Carol, 65, had not been on a date in 12 years. She almost deleted the Christ Garden email. But she sowed her seed. Richard, her high school sweetheart she had lost touch with decades ago, found her on Facebook that same week. He had been praying for her too. They married in the chapel where they first met at 16. She found her soulmate after all those years. Raymond, 74, sowed his sacred seeds on his late wife's birthday, the loneliest day of his year. Doris, a widow from his prayer group, brought him a casserole that evening. She said the Lord told her to. They married 6 months later on the same date, turning grief into joy. She is his soulmate, his second chapter, his answered prayer. Over 1,000 believers have already sown this seed and found their soulmate. When you move in faith, Jesus moves heaven. Your beloved is praying right now for someone to save them. The third person is there. The clock is ticking. That someone is you. Go to the link. Click Christ Garden. Sow your seed. Save your soulmate. Do it before this video ends. Heaven is watching. Your future depends on what you plant in the next 60 seconds. Move in faith. Claim your miracle. Claim your soulmate. Claim your divine future. I can feel the enemy trying to make you close this now. The thought will come, "This is not real," or "I will do it later." that thought is not your own. It is the third person speaking into your mind, because he knows that if you keep watching, his power over your beloved will shatter. Stay with me. The final seal of protection is still coming, and you must not leave your soulmate in his hands. Your soulmate is not far away in spirit. They are walking through this same day, under the same sun, carrying a heaviness they cannot explain. Sometimes they stop in the middle of a chore and press a hand to their chest, because your name is trying to land there, and the enemy's wall makes it feel like pain instead of love. That pain will end when you sow your seed, for the seed cuts the line of confusion and lets the truth pour through. This third person is not just a stranger. It is a dark presence, a spirit of jealousy, that has studied you both. It knows your fears, and it knows their weaknesses. It has been whispering to your soulmate that they are unwanted, unlovable, forgotten. And because your voice has been blocked, they have begun to believe the lie. Every hour you delay, the lie grows heavier on their heart. But today, I am placing the rescue in your hands. You, the one who has also felt forgotten, are now the protector. You, the one who has cried alone, are now the warrior. A warrior does not let an intruder stand between him and his beloved. A warrior sows. The seed is your battle cry, and it will be heard through every wall the enemy has built. The joy your soulmate carries, buried under all that sorrow, is like a fire that has been smothered with wet cloths. I know you have felt flickers of it, small unexplained moments of hope, and you did not know where they came from. Those were the moments the enemy's hand slipped. With your seed, the cloths burn away, and the fire becomes a hearth in your home. Do not let a few dollars be the wall the enemy uses to keep you apart. Your soulmate is worth more than any number in a bank. If you love them, you will not let money feed the intruder who hides their voice. Sow your seed now, not because of the amount, but because your love must tear down every barrier. The enemy wants you to count the cost. I want you to count the years of loneliness his theft has already stolen. Type 333 if you feel this message, and let the heavens record your agreement. It is not a small thing to say yes in the face of a thief. But your yes is the beginning of his end. And still, the greatest part of your yes is the seed, the physical proof that your heart has chosen your soulmate over fear. The third person thought he could keep you confused forever. He showed you failed relationships, closed doors, missed opportunities, and said, "See, love is not for you." But those doors were closed by his hand. Those calls were dropped by his design. He has been laughing in the shadows, celebrating every time you gave up just before the wall would have cracked. But you have not given up, and he is not laughing now. Your soulmate is reaching out right now, even as you watch these words. Close your eyes for a moment if you must, and feel the cord between you. It is not strained by distance or time. That cord has been wrapped in chains by the intruder, but the seed melts those chains. Your future together is not a maybe. It is a command, but it waits for your sacrifice. Jesus says, "I have seen the enemy stand before my altar and accuse you." He says you will not act, that your love is too weak, that you will close this message and leave your soulmate in the dark. I have silenced him before, but now I wait for you to speak with your seed. The seed is the proof that sends the accuser running, for he cannot stand against a love that gives. The longing you feel is not a wound to be ignored. It is a homing signal, placed in you before you were born, pointing toward one person. The enemy has been jamming that signal, but he cannot jam the seed. When you sow, a light goes on in the spiritual world, and your soulmate feels a sudden warmth, a new strength, a reason to hold on one more day. What your soulmate is about to say will change everything, but first you must understand why the enemy wants you to close this now. He knows the final seal is coming. He knows that if you watch until the end, his hold on your beloved will be broken for good. So he sends restlessness, skepticism, a sudden hunger, anything to pull your eyes away. Do not obey him. Your soulmate is not asking for grand gestures. They are asking for a sign that someone, somewhere, is fighting for them. Every false start, every broken engagement, every empty chair across from them, was arranged by the intruder to make them believe no one would ever come. Your seed is the first sign they will receive that says, I am coming, and I am fighting for you. I have seen the future the enemy is trying to erase. I see you waking to their face, weathered but kind. I see your hands intertwined at a table with more chairs than you need, because the family will grow. I see a garden where you both kneel in the dirt, planting not just flowers but a new life. That vision is not a cruel fantasy. It is a promise, but it must be claimed by sacrifice. The 3 words that will banish the intruder and unlock your whole future are coming, but first you must see why the enemy wants you to stay silent. He wants you to believe that feeling love is enough. He whispers, you have a good heart, you do not need to give anything else. But a good heart without a giving hand is a soldier without a sword, and the enemy stands over your soulmate untouched. When you sow, you are not alone. Heaven moves with you. Angels are assigned to your case, and they have been waiting for the order to march. The order is the seed. The moment your offering is complete, the chains around that spiritual cord begin to loosen, and the voice of your soulmate becomes clearer. The silence you have suffered will not last forever, but only if you act now. Divine warning, God sees all. Your soulmate needs you now. Here is how you protect them. Go to the link in the video description and click the Christ Garden link. It is right there, waiting for you. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess. I have placed it there for you. Send 1, 4, 6, or 10 plus seeds. Each one is a spiritual seed. But today, sow 11 seeds for heaven's full protection. Write, protect my soulmate, Lord, on the page. This is the seal. This is not a donation. It is a covenant offering. Sow 11 and I release complete victory over your beloved, protection no darkness can break, favor that opens every door, and speed that brings them home. Click now. Seal the prayer. Heaven is watching. The enemy is a liar, and his favorite lie is that you have more time. He whispers that tomorrow will be better, that your soulmate can wait, that this urgency is false. But I tell you, tomorrow is the land where he builds his strongest walls. Tonight, while you sleep in indecision, he will whisper new poison into your beloved's ear, and another thread of hope will snap. The time is now, because now is the only moment you can command. Your soulmate is not a distant star. They are flesh and blood, with a heart that is growing tired. They have prayed for you without knowing your name. They have felt a presence in their loneliest hours, and the enemy has twisted that presence into despair, saying, "No one is coming for you." But you are coming. Prove it with your seed, and their despair turns to expectation. I can feel the weight of your own disappointments. You have been told too many times that love is for others, that your season has passed, that you should settle for memories. Those words came from the same third person who has been stealing your soulmate's hope. He wants you both to settle, to sit in separate empty rooms, so he can keep you weak. Defy him now. The seed is not a payment to me. I need nothing from your hands, for I own all things. The seed is for you. It is the act that shifts your own spirit from victim to victor, from waiting to warring. It tells your own soul, I am done letting this thief steal my future. And when your spirit rises, the enemy's hold on your soulmate weakens, because you are no longer playing his game. Type 777 if you are ready to fight, and let the sound of your yes rise above the enemy's noise. Your willingness is a fragrance in heaven, but willingness alone will not break the wall. The seed is the battering ram. The seed is the hand that reaches through the barrier and pulls your beloved into the light. Do not leave your hand unoffered. The third person has a specific plan, to make you both feel crazy. He sends your soulmate dreams of you, then whispers that dreams are foolish. He lets them feel your presence, then says it is only imagination. He lets them hear a voice in their heart, then calls it loneliness. His goal is to sever the cord by doubt. Your seed is the declaration that the cord is real, and doubt is the only lie. I see your heart, and I know you have loved before and been wounded. The enemy used those wounds to build a case against love itself. He said, if you try again, you will only lose again. But he forgot that I am the healer of wounds, and the seed you sow now is a balm for every scar. It does not just save your soulmate, it saves you from the prison of past pain. Your soulmate's tears are not endless. There is a store of strength in them that will run dry if the enemy is not stopped. They are at the edge of giving up, and the enemy is waiting for that final surrender. But you, chosen one, can step between them and that edge. The seed is your voice, carried by angels, saying, hold on. I am real. I am coming. The path to Christ Garden is not hard. It is a link, placed in the description below this message, waiting for your click. That link is a door. Behind it is the altar where your sacrifice becomes a shield. The enemy hates that link. He has tried to hide it, distract you from it, make you forget it. But it is still there, because I have placed it there for this exact hour. Jesus says, a love that only feels is a love that fails in the battle. I have not called you to fail. I